All right. Hey, what's up? Hello, everyone. Welcome to the BINACT podcast. We talk music, the people that make it, and the communities that listen to it. If you're looking at my face right now because somehow I'm still posting these things on YouTube, yeah, that I'm broken because that's happening. Or if you're listening to me, it's just going to be me tonight. AD and I were just on the internet for a while, and we were having some technical issues, and then I was having some technical issues too, actually. But I think I figured it out. I was trying to be fancy and use my phone as a camera, but I think it was taking up too much of the internet bandwidth all close together. So that's a dub for right now. But yeah, I'm recording solo. I said all that to say I am recording solo. Now, with that being said, you do realize that I did just return from seeing the After Hour. So it's going to be a weekend episode. That's what we're doing. That's happening. My internet is still dropping a little bit. So hopefully I can get through this with very, very, very minimal edits for OG. I'm really trying. I'm really going to try because I don't know what is happening with the bandwidth. I've prioritized my computer over all of the devices in the house, and it's still acting funny. But you know what? We pushed through, just like Abel did for less than zero. But we'll talk about it. 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 So yeah. First things first. I just want to shout out Jay Nolan again. Thank you for such a wonderful episode 2 weeks ago. That was phenomenal. I had such a great time chatting with you and talking shop. So thanks for that. And I actually now I know I know you hear me say, "Oh yeah, you say that you're gonna write about things all the time," but I promise you, y'all, my notebook it's over here and it's actually sitting on a top of or under a bunch of things because the setup was meant for what AD and I were going to talk about tonight, but that's all right. Maybe if you can hear me shuffling around over here, I'm about to show you for the YouTube people. Look, there are words, okay? Hold on, it's gonna blur, so it's gonna be kind of blurred, but just it's gonna blur it out. But there are words on this page, all right? I am going to write something. So I'm giving myself a deadline of Friday. So podcast will most likely drop Thursday as it usually does. Fingers crossed for easy editing for OG. And this episode will most likely drop on Thursday. And this written thing, this blog post, this thing I'm gonna discuss Friday, y'all. Friday. I swear. Oh, okay. Sorry. One more housekeeping thing. I'm gonna get into the weekend, I promise. So another collaboration with Culture Fix is coming up very, very soon, and I'm excited about it. It is on this Thursday. So that actually it will be this Thursday. I'm recording a couple days early. So after you listen to the podcast, because it will drop most likely in the morning or early afternoon, you can come hang out with myself and the Culture Fix crew in their Discord server. I have posted it on Twitter. I'll link it in the show notes, along with just the Twitter account and stuff like that. But it will be a K-pop listening party and conversation. And I'm super excited about this because I think I mentioned previously, I'm getting into K-pop. Like, obviously, I'm not like super huge stan. I don't have like a bias or anything. I know a little bit of the lingo and stuff, but I am not super into K-pop, but there are some songs that are just, really cool and some that I just want to talk about. So I am super excited to partner with Culture Fix for this K-pop listening party, and you will be able to access it by joining the Culture Fix server. And then afterwards, we may have a little discussion on the BINACT forum, on Twitter, all that jazz. So yeah, come out. You'll have all the information on Twitter and then in the show notes, because I'm going to remember to do that because I'm smart and important. And yeah, let me think of any other housekeeping. Sorry, it's weird flying solo, and I thought I had it together, but I also had planned to, talk with AD tonight about something special, but we're going to hold off on it. So it's fine. But yeah, those are the main housekeeping things. Shout out to Jay Nolan and Culture Fix collaboration coming up the day. So Thursday, the day that you listen to this, if you listen to it the day that it drops, or that will be August. Let me make sure that I can math. August 18th. So August 18th at 8 p.m. EST. August 18th, this Thursday, if you listen to it today, this Thursday, if you're listening to it the day it drops, all of that. So boom. All right. Okay. All right. So I am so excited to talk about the After Hours Until Dawn tour. All right, let me get myself together. So first things first, I went with my best friend who we found out about the weekend together on Tumblr back in the, Tumblr days, college, let's say college 20, definitely 20. It was definitely 2010 because the weekend was all over. Take Care, again, the Weeknd's first album, but all around that time. So 2010, 2011, when we didn't know what Abel looked like, thought he was a band, whatever. That's when I started listening to the Weeknd. And I'll also link my Starboy review that takes you down memory lane for the Weeknd. I promise for this album / tour / gush review, I won't go back down memory lane because I already did it for Starboy. Anywho, this section of my life was super duper important. I mean, I was young, going to college, finding out about new music, all that jazz. And so my best friend and I bought tickets and we went to see the concert. So last Wednesday, I drove up to go get her. She lives at the top of the state, top of South Carolina. So I drove up to go get her, and we just, and also to split that drive up because I drove to top of the state and then we were going to have to drive to like the top. Atlanta is like not smack dab in the middle of Georgia, but it's like in the middle, close to, or like kind of in the top, but going down to the middle type deal. So to break up that drive, I went to her house first, slept Wednesday night, and then Thursday morning we woke up and went. Wednesday night we had some wine and just listened to a bunch of old Weeknd, getting in the feels. And I was just crossing my fingers because I want to say for Starboy, Weeknd did like one or two House of Balloon songs, if I remember correctly. But I was like, oh my God, what if he does House of Balloon and Kissland? And y'all, he did. And just let me get there. So we're listening, drinking wine, getting our lives together, blah. So then we head down to Atlanta Thursday morning. It was a pretty simple, easy drive. Not too bad. Didn't really hit traffic because we were driving down a direction and at a time that it wasn't too bad. So I was super thankful for that. Got a hotel right next to Mercedes-Benz. Very thankful for that as well because traffic would have been bananas trying to get an Uber to Mercedes-Benz, which we did Uber there a little bit, but whatever. So we get there, we get dressed. We took some banger ass photos. Like I really came to not play with anybody, but just wanted to be super cute to see the Weeknd. So we did that, took pictures, whatever. It took us a little while to get ready, so we missed snow, which I was so hurt about, but that's okay. That's okay. We get there, and the lights are flashing. Like I can hear that it's about to, like the show seems like it's about to start. So we get to our seats, and there are some, I don't want to call them kids because it feels like dismissive, but we get here and they're like super stands, which I mean, my little heart soared. And so it was like a guy and a guy and a girl that were like friends that came together, and then like one other girl. And I wish I would have gotten their names or like exchanged information and stuff. We were just so excited. I forgot about it. But like the guy and the girl friend pair were like, yeah, we've been listening to the Weeknd since we were 9. And I said, 9? I was like, first of all, am I a fossil? Am I a dinosaur? Like 9? And again, I mean, I don't want anybody to not know the gospel of Abel, but 9, y'all. But okay. And then the other girl was just so cool. She was like, yeah, like I've saved up. I got like an extra job to pay for these tickets, like a little side job serving tables. And I was like, I love it. The kids are all right. they're all right. They're doing all right. Gen Z is they're gonna be all right. So so that puts them at about 20. And I was like, damn, well, y'all, I'm an old bitch. I'm closer to 30. So, that's that on that. So and actually Abel takes like a long time to come out. So we get there and he's like playing around with lights and stuff. And so he keeps like tricking everybody, like, oh, we're gonna start, just kidding. Oh, we're gonna start, just kidding. So apparently I think he had them waiting after snow for like, or had them waiting a full hour, but we got there a little later, so like maybe 30 minutes for us. But then he comes out. And he comes out, or you know what? And spoilers, just in case anybody doesn't want to know about the tour, or if you're going to see the tour, I'll make sure that there is just a spoiler warning. And it's right here. So I'll timestamp it so you don't have to hear about anything. And if you want to listen later, that's completely up to you. Boom. So right here is where I'm about to start talking specific details about the tour. So press pause or, play it later if you want to hear about this later. So he comes out and he has these like the girls in like the red cloaks from, I want to say, one of his visuals. Like, I feel like I've seen this before. He's teased it before somewhere. Anywho, it was phenomenal. And I mean, the stage, he has this big ass moon, which was crazy because the night that we went in Atlanta, it was a full moon. This big ass moon over there, like on the back of the stage. And it's like a long, I'm gesturing with my hands for video, but so it's like a long, kind of like a runway. And he's done this runway setup before where it almost kind of looks like a cross if you look at it down, but it's just like a long bottom piece where he's walking up and down to like where he's performing. He can walk back and forth, blah, blah. And then the actual stage, so like where he performs on like the kind of the runway part, but the stage itself, it has like a city in the background. Now, I can't tell if it's Toronto or not, but it just looks like a bunch of buildings, but the lights, oh my God. And then he has pyrotechnics this time. Like, he had some pyrotechnics before, but the pyrotechnics this time were like so big and they were actually very close. Like, we could feel the heat because we were on the floor. So he comes out with like the girls in the cloaks. And he didn't come out maybe he did come out to Sacrifice. I gotta look through my videos, but Sacrifice, oh my God. Yes. All right, cut point. Give it a second. I expected nothing less from the Don FM songs. Like, they were all so good. He hits Is There Someone Else? And my God, y'all know how I feel about that song. Whew. Woo! I have videos and I actually have just been looking at them the entire time. Apparently he gave out like these bracelets that like lit up and went to like the beats of the songs and stuff. And I think we got there just a little too late to get one, which, whatever. But they looked so pretty. So when you had them on, they just like flickered. And like right now, that video, seeing all the bracelets light up, is like my phone background because it's so beautiful. But yeah, all the Dawn FM songs slapped. And I mean, let me tell y'all, The Weeknd actually, so I say actually, but he put on a show. Starboy was definitely like his first like super huge mega pop star. Well, I mean, also with Beauty Behind the Madness. But then Starboy was like also his like first big show. And so it was big and it was fun, but it wasn't as theatrical. I will say that. Like, seeing both of them and comparing the two, obviously After Hours Until Dawn is like mega theatrical, and he practiced because he had a lot of time and like did the Super Bowl and shit. Like, he honestly stepped it the fuck up. Like, he stepped it the fuck up. And I think that was his plan because Starboy, don't get me wrong, was good. Like, it was a very good, very entertaining show and I had a lot of fun. But fucking After Hours Till Dawn, these Dawn FM songs, like, my God, like, they're so good. So yeah, I remember Sacrifice. I remember Is There Someone Else? Oh, and then Less Than Zero. So I was just so in the moment, and actually I do remember this. I was so in the moment singing Less Than Zero, and I recently became Less Than Zero Hive. I've been converted because I wasn't always Less Than Zero Hive. I liked the song okay, like yeah, I liked it, but like last week when I listened to it, or like maybe 2 weeks ago was when I first came over to the good side. I listened to it on the vinyl I bought, and I was like, Less Than Zero kind of slap, and I was like, this is gonna be so good live. And then I listened to it the night before, and then live it was so lit. And then actually the music cuts out, and I vaguely like remember the music cutting out, and we were singing like the entire Mercedes Benz, which doesn't have an empty seat, because um we were singing. Like, it was phenomenal. It was just a fucking great time. So I'm trying to put all the eras together. So the Dawn FM songs were good. The after hour songs, like they all blended so well together. And even so, like the way that the lighting was when he kind of switched eras, like again, we're getting to Kissland. Kissland's coming up, but like after hours, I'm sorry, after hours was kind of blue a little bit, and then Jonathan was like that red orange type tint, and then when he gets to Kissland, it's like that teal that he had for the albums. And so let me just get to fucking Kissland because my brain can't handle it. He does Love in the Sky. Was it Love in the Sky? I lost my shit, honestly, because I saw the teal and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, is he about to do Kissland? Is he about to do Kissland? Like, what is he about to do? Yes, he does Love in the Sky. He actually did a couple of Kissland songs, and I cried. I'm not even gonna hold you. I cried. I cried for Is There Someone Else Too? But I was just so floored. And I just didn't expect to be so emotional. Yes, I did. I'm lying. I'm lying. Yeah. I did expect to be floored by Kissland, but it happened and I wanted to pass out. So yeah, and let's go back. So he does some after hours songs. He does, of course, Blinding Lights and that beautiful stadium with all those lights. Save Your Tears. Yeah. I had to check to be sure. Because I caught up on After Hours before and have a cute little theory that I'm gonna write about, and I promise I'm gonna write about it. But I'm sorry. I'm stopping myself from saying actually, but it was such a good show. And saying that from somebody who has like seen him evolve as an artist. And then honestly, there were like people behind me. I mean, and they were probably a little stank because I was standing on a chair because I'm like 3 feet tall. And yeah, like I feel like it was an enjoyable experience for a ton of people. Um, just enjoyable all around. Like really, really good, fun to be around, fun to experience with new people. I had a fucking blast, y'all. And I'm probably gonna wrap it up there because like I said, I really want to also write this out and then like have a little bit of video footage and some pictures and stuff like that. But I had a fucking ball. I am so glad that I got to go. I'm so glad that it was a wang dang doodle. And actually, and I do want to say, just FYI, I mean, it was a full, I mean, Mercedes Benz was sold out. So unless maybe somebody didn't come or, whatever, like there was not an empty seat in there. And I wore my mask the entire time. So again, just with Kovisha still out here running around and then like this monkey pot, all this jazz and whatever. Concert season is still going to be lit, but I do suggest that you just keep yourself masked up and keep yourself protected and all that jazz. Yeah, I had a great time. I had a great fucking time. Great time. Amazing time. Awesome time. I would recommend that everyone go see The Weeknd at least once, hopefully, if you can. Yeah. I'm gonna wrap that up because solo, I've talked for about 20 minutes and I'm shocked. And I also want to make sure again that this is easy for OG to get through. I hope there aren't too many drop points, but I'm gonna check it out right after this so it can be clean and easy. But yeah, again, just another reminder, shameless plug. The BINACT Culture Fix collab is this Thursday, or today, if you're listening to the podcast on the day it drops, August 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time or West Coast Time. And you need to join the Discord to catch us live, which is great. Do it. It's not a weird Discord, I promise. Like, we're a lot of fun. We have multiple different types of conversations. I hate when I say multiple different, but it'll be coming out. We have different, just different things going on. Like, we talk music, different anything from like, music, art, everything encompassing Culture Fix. Like, Culture Fix. I don't have to do this. It's a really cool Discord. There's also resources there, lots of different types of artists, whether it be graphic or writer or, written artists or anything like that. The Discord is a good time. So of course, come and hang out with us. It's free. It doesn't cost anything, but come and hang out with us. Yeah, just come hang out, come kick it in Discord. We're talking K-pop. We're getting pretty interesting. Have some cool people on the lineup. Yeah. So that's the last housekeeping. Also, just two more housekeeping things. One, if you do like the podcast, if you're enjoying the content, please give us a review, whether that be on Apple Podcast or Spotify. And I am kind of speaking a little bit closer to the Spotify. Obviously, I like Spotify, but Spotify doesn't like show your rating until you get a certain amount of reviews. So I would really love the people listening on Spotify to leave a review. Okay, so yes, Spotify people, please leave reviews. Tell me what you think about the show. Apple Podcast people, you too. I shout out to those who have already left Apple Podcast reviews. That really warmed my little heart reading those. So please do that for the show. That'll be really, really supportive. And if you aren't already, subscribe to the email newsletter at 3 housekeeping things. I said 2, but I meant 3 because there's extra one. Subscribe to the email newsletter. That stuff is going to be coming back out soon as well. Once I get this weekend blog post finished, I'm going to be back to getting those out at least twice a month. And then lastly, if you're feeling the content, just support, leave a tip on Ko-fi. All that stuff is just listed in the show notes, but that helps us a ton just to make sure that the show keeps moving along and the content keeps coming. So yes, those are 3 housekeeping things, not 2, 3, or 4, whatever. I lost count. I got sidetracked by being excited about the weekend, but knowing that I need to make sure to plug, I did that too. So yeah, I'm gonna hop out because my internet still has been really choppy for some reason, and I really want to know why. Because when we recorded with Jay Nolan, it dropped only one time. But yeah, AT&T gotta stop playing with me. And this is a PSA. AT&T, stop playing with me. Like, I need you to stop. But yes, this has been the BINACT podcast. We talk music, the people that make it, and the communities that listen to it. We'll be back on our regular schedule in 2 weeks. And hopefully I'll see you at the BINACT Culture Fix collab in a couple days or when you listen to it today. Bye.